Hello. So here I am doing a reading for, or reading on, rather, and for, because there might be some advice. I doubt that they'll ever see this, though. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, okay? Now, I'm going to say this. When I heard that they were dating, there was something that I had like a visceral reaction to it. Like my hands are tingling right now. Because it felt right, okay? When I saw them, like, hanging out, I don't even remember when it was, 2023, I was like, yeah, I don't even know who this dude is. I saw maybe a couple of clips of him on SNL, but I really didn't know who he was prior to this. So I was like, oh, this feels really good. And I left it at that. I am not a huge fan of I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't really listen to Taylor Swift. Love her energy, love what she's doing in her career. I love what a powerhouse she is, but at the same time, she's super down to earth and relatable. And she, despite her being like the one and only. So I decided I wanted to look a little bit deeper into their connection. This is going to be much of the same format as I usually do. And I apologize for not showing the cards. I do not do that anymore just because it's easier for me. So I am going to describe as much as I can. All right. I'm channeling while I'm reading these cards. So you're going to see me sort of like I'm not as cerebral and stick to the very blunt and sometimes limiting meanings of cards, because you have to take into account that there's a visual aspect as well. Because I'm a channeler, so I'm channeling energy. And this is just the energy of what's going on between them in the recent past, the present, and the near future. Okay? So, and also just like in the foundation, that's where I begin. What's going on in their foundation, like the start of their relationship and what their foundation has grown from, like where it began and like where it is, the foundation, their structure, right? So they are very content together. Okay. One thing that I got right before I was shuffling my cards, and I kept seeing that he is able to connect with her emotions in an intellectual way, but also like a very deep way. Okay. This is very interesting to her, especially because her moon is in Cancer. I also love that she's a Sagittarius sun and he has his moon in Sagittarius. There is a very great understanding that she also has of his emotional nature. Okay. They overlap there. And I like to see it the other way around. The man's sun, which is a masculine, to the woman's moon, feminine, but it doesn't really matter. There is a connection there. So a lot of instinctual feelings of like, I know you, but like I don't know you. You ever meet somebody like that? That's how it was for them. It was this balance and this very very interesting give and take happening. Very balanced give and take. Okay? Like he did things for her that no man has either ever done in her romantic relationships, or she was so like hungry for the man that he presented himself to be to her, and who he ended up really truly being. And I think that has something to do with the ending of her last relationship with Joe Alwyn, that didn't really, like, it had been a very long period of time that she had gone without reciprocation. And so into this is a guy that protects her. Okay. This Travis is somebody who protects her. And this is something that she's never really felt before with a partner, okay? Because there's always been a little bit of a power imbalance in her relationships. And he easily and instinctively steps up to the plate. They both are giving the other one what they were missing in their other relationship. So it's really really beautiful because it's equal, right? The things that he was looking for in a woman, she's providing him with as well, okay? But it's deeper for him as well too. Like, there's a depth that she can get to, which it's teaching him how to get there as well. I see him as a very grounded man, but I also see him as somebody who is learning about emotions through her and is growing in that regard. He's growing. Yeah. So he, in the recent past, there was a lot of talk of building a new home. Okay, there's a talk of discovering we like the same things, right? But we have him, he's coming up as Ace of Pentacles and Four of Wands. That's a house. There's also houses in these pictures. So I always see Ace of Pentacles as the start of something new when it comes to earthly things. So when it comes to money and materials and businesses, anywhere you can put your money, anything you can put your money into, anything that you can use to build something with your money, okay? So this is a building of a foundation. It's a building of an actual home. So I don't know if they're doing or have talked about that. He really wants that, okay? I think even I can go out and say this. I want to say that he might be planning. Right now it feels like in the recent past he started to plan a proposal. Okay, so I don't know if that's happened. All of you guys would know better than me. I haven't looked at anything recently with them. They're not really they're not on my radar. But he is wanting specifically to he wants to propose to her. He wants to give her a ring. He wants them to connect. Their families are connected and they want to further that connection by, he wants to have kids with her. He wants to have babies with her. But first, of course, there's marriage. So there's some kind of, he's made some discovery about himself and her and their connection that is causing him great excitement and celebration. And he's ready now, you know. It's been a couple of years, I think. I don't know, maybe less than that. But yeah, he really wants to propose to her, and I think he's going to, and I think it's going to happen soon. I don't know soon. Well, I'm going to say this, all right? They have a hurdle to get over in the near future. So I would say it would be maybe closer to her birthday this year, 2025. It could be any time, but I feel like it might happen in 2025. But don't hold it against me if that's not the case. But I do feel something is brewing there. And I think he has talked to her father. Okay. she's coming out as the tower, and there is delight, and there is her stepping or her feeling into her own intuition, right? That's the recent path. Okay. There's like something happened. Something happened. There was a tower moment, but it wasn't a disastrous tower moment. This is the type of tower moment that needed to happen. So because she was freeing up the space. It's really weird that he wants to build a home and she's like delighting in the proverbial metaphorical crumbling of her past so she can build something new upon her foundation, her relationship with Travis. So she's really in stepping into this healing the past traumas that she experienced in her relationships. She's able to do that with Travis. She's able to do that. This is something happened. There was a sudden change or upheaval that she couldn't avoid, okay? This is something that happens when the opportunity presents itself, okay? So something that she was putting off facing from an intuitive, spiritual, and emotional, mental perspective, she needed to face it in order to get it out of the way. She delights in this. She is somebody who is not scared of metamorphosis, okay? Some people are scared of change. I do not feel that Taylor Swift is somebody who is scared of change. She goes through little deaths over and over and over again, okay? And she embraces that. And we're not privy to it all the time. We can't see it. She's still a performer. She's still somebody who has, a public image. We don't get to know her on a personal level. But this is what happens with her on a personal level. This is the kind of stuff she's gone through in her life, and she's learning every single time she dies. She's rebuilding her former self from the ashes. She's building her new self from the ashes of the former self. Okay, so she's always carrying her experience and wisdom with her, while her withers wither with her. Sorry, Sondheim. Sondheim created hip-hop. Fight me. I don't care. Sondheim created hip-hop. That man brought hip-hop up. Okay, I don't know where that come from. Okay, Travis Kelce in the present is coming out as the world, the Knight of Pentacles, and opportunity. This again is giving me that impression that that there is a bigger picture evolution, and that harmonious Four of Cups is coming back with this World card and him presenting the pentacle to her, which is the ring. Okay, so opportunity. He is waiting for the divine time. He's waiting for the right time. There is a timing thing when it comes to him, that this keeps coming up. And he's also really happy that he feels like he belongs with her, but he also belongs when it comes to her family. Like, they all really love and embrace him, and they know that he is a good guy for her. He's healthy for her, and keeps her steady. That's something that she's an emotional woman. She's a very emotional woman. So the fact that she has this sort of like, it's not that he isn't complex. He is complex. but he has dynamics. He has things that we don't necessarily see. But he's also just a really down to earth person that when like it's almost as if you're orbiting around him, you have no other choice but to be like him, so he's chill and he can have a good time and he's silly, but he's also like really chill, and he knows how to channel his emotions to the sport that he plays. So anytime that there's anything that is acutely compromising to his emotional, mental, physical, or emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies, he's going to take it to the field. So this guy knows how to channel any of that chaos, and he gets it out of him. So he teaches her that. He teaches her about that. And she also says, I've been doing that too when I perform. Yeah, she does it too. She's coming out in the present as the Eight of Wands, the King of Cups, and ungrounded. Something is going on with Taylor where rapid change is concerned. This probably has to do with the tower. Yeah, she's rebuilding. So, okay, this is how I'm seeing it. She's in a period where she's extremely vulnerable. So she is trying to work on like she's gone a little bit away. Okay, she's gone a little bit away from the limelight, the spotlight. She is hermiting. The hermit came out between the two of them. They are hermiting together. They are closed in so that she can regroup and go through this period of time where she's having that tower moment, and they are growing together as people and in their relationship. But it's because the change is happening so quickly that she feels like out of her body, and especially in an emotional way. So she needs him to help her ground herself right now. There's a big change happening here. Fast communication, immediate action, something to do with air travel, and something to do with, oh God, this is interesting. I think, and this just came to my third eye. I think Spirit is saying she knows a little bit of, she has a little, she's an intuitive person, and I think she's picking up on the fact that he's gonna propose to her soon. That's what I'm getting. She's feeling it. Like Cupid's arrows. She's feeling something, and she's excited about it, and she's devoted emotionally, and she's feeling compassionate. She's feeling supportive. She's feeling supported. She is in a good place with him. However, it's still making her feel like out of her body, because I don't think anybody has proposed to her before. So this is a big deal. This is a big deal. I'm feeling it like if it were to happen to me. That's how I'm feeling her energy right now. And butterflies in the stomach up the wazoo right now. But they are hermiting together. They are taking an introspected, inward spiritual journey together. They are soul searching. They are being alone. They are getting into the this following their inner compass, right? They're following their inner compass. They are withdrawing from the world because they want to focus on their connection. He's also coming up as Page of Wands with the creativity card. So Page of Wands, if you guys know, is about creativity. It's also very innocent and childlike creativity. It's spontaneous. And children, Usually the pages are children. Just going to say that. Don't know if there is currently, but it feels like there is this very, very deep conversation happening between them currently. That is about, do we want to start having a family together? I want to have kids. How many kids do you want to have? I kind of feel like maybe And I also feel like she has had her eggs frozen in the past, by the way, so that she could have kids like later in life if she wants to. Just didn't want to take the risk of that being like, she didn't know when or if, but I think that she does want to have kids, and they're talking about it right now, and they are getting creative about setting up their lives together. Okay. Now here's the thing. We're looking at a little bit of this like short-term future here, which can change just like anything else. Okay. Because free will is a thing. All right. Okay. Travis is afraid that she's going to reject him. Why on earth he feels that way is beyond me. I think because any man might have that go over in his head, even if he knows for sure, even if they've had conversations about it, there's still that chance that she might say no. And so this is going back towards him figuring out the right timing for things by reading her and trying to really get into that flow together so that they're both on the same page. So he's also got this like fast communication, movement, rapid change, immediate action, excitement. She had that in her present, right? So she caught on to something he had brewing in the recent past. And the near future, he's trying to work through something painful. He's trying to work through something painful that makes him feel out of balance. And he is afraid. He's taking that fear into this equation, and he just should not do that at all. He could very well screw it up for himself if he starts believing that she's going to break his heart and say no and break up with him. But I really don't think that that's happening. He is working through his issues currently in order to liberate himself from them. He's not going around them. He's going through them. I feel like he was rejected once or twice before. I'm not necessarily sure if that's because of, or if that was an engagement. But it feels like maybe one time he might have proposed to a previous girlfriend. Near future Taylor is coming out as the Queen of Pentacles and up in the clouds and listen. Oof. So I don't see this as necessarily a bad thing. She's really, really thinking about having a baby. This is a woman who has, of course, practical, sensible, good business sense, this kind of thing. But, and she's a working parent, right? So she's thinking about that. If I have a baby, how am I going to nurture my career? What does that look like? Her head is up in the clouds, but not necessarily in a good way. She's confused. She's going over that in her head. She's saying if one thing, flourishes, then the other thing crumbles. Tower moment. I have to use my intuition about this. but she's in her head. So she is being asked and guided to listen to her intuition. That's the thing she always comes back to in the end. This is near future. So she is a little bit in her head, and the two of them then become two people in their heads, because she is up in the clouds, he is 3 of Swords, and together they are Death, 9 of Swords, and Community. This is the near future. Okay. This is how I'm gonna give this to you in a practical way before I head into the spiritual basis of this. I feel like okay, football season is upon us. Super Bowl season is upon us, right? If you're in America, or if you pay attention to American football. So what I feel like is that they have been hermiting together in the present, but now they're coming out again, and it's too fucking soon. It's too soon. And there is a little bit of, there's loose ends that have not been tied up before heading back out into the public eye. So death does not symbolize a physical death. Death symbolizes a death in a in your life, in a mental, emotional, spiritual sense, in a metaphorical way. Death is about transformation. Death is about transforming. And the 9 of Swords would be transforming the thoughts, changing the thoughts into something that we can both. So it's strange how it's coming to me. They are like, I don't want the public to screw this up. And the both of them are fearing the same things. They're having a lot of sleepless nights and anxiety and depression, and they're feeling isolated by being in the public. When they're just together in hermit mode, they don't feel isolated. But when they go back out into the public, they do. So they both fear, they're both on the same page with this. If we go out, the football thing, the Super Bowl, doing the whole thing. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. Like, I don't know if I'm ready for that. To step out into our communities again, our respective fan bases. So there's some kind of thing that's happening. It's a conspiring thing. I do not want to bring my worries out there and project that. So we're not going to do that. We're going to figure it out, right? We're also going to be depending on our friends, our close-knit friends. But we're going through a transformation here. So this is a learning curve. This is a learning experience. This is something that they are changing. Things that they've done in the past. Okay, there's some pattern that they had, that they did together in the past that's changing right now. And it's just on shaky ground and a little scary for both of them, because it's change and it's different. And change is scary for a split second for anybody, Even Taylor, who I said before, it embraces change. It's still a scary thing. I embrace change. It's still like, oh, I'm outside of my comfort zone. It's risky. I don't like how this feels. I'm vulnerable in the corner and I don't know what to do. So but they're good, guys. It's just that they're going to go through a little bit of this chaotic energy, like in your head energy, because they feel too, like, they like their little bubble. They like their little bubble. And I also think that she prefers it more than he does. She prefers, I think they both liked this present hermiting and like being together, but I think she really loves it. She really loves it. And so she's trying to listen to her intuition and trying to get her thoughts straight. So is he. He's also here healing from some kind of past heartache. So there are things that are going on. There's repeated eight of wands, Cupid's arrow, foreign travel, fast communication, movement, rapid change. World card, him, right? Rapid change. Transformation, death, rapid change. Four of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, discover. He is wanting to seal the deal with her. He's like, that's my wife. That's my wife. And I don't think it took him very long either. I don't think it took him very long at all. The two of them felt like they knew each other from the jump. Like, they had an experience in the beginning of their relationship that where they first experienced how they overlap, and the two of them had some sort of emotional bond over something, and that is what made them realize that they actually have the same type of heart. It's very beautiful. It's something sacred, and that is something that is, it happens to people inside of relationships, but not all the time, I gotta say. It's not something that happens immediately. Sometimes it's something that takes time and is worked for, and that's okay too. But this was instantaneous for them, and I do see them going the long haul should they get over this hump. Because the near future and this Super Bowl season, I wouldn't be surprised if there are things that happen that where our perceptions are off about them, but we perceive things from what we see in the media and on TV and all the things, but it's not necessarily how things are going. Truly, I think that they're fine. I think that they're scared to kind of come back out into the public eye. They're very humble people at the end of the day, and they really just are people. They're people, just like you and me. And same thing I said, I think, in the Justin and Haley video is it's about, like, you know, they're humans, and they're humaning just like we are. I wish them the best though, because I get such a good feeling about them together. And funny story, I didn't know who Joe Alwyn is, but I watched Mary Queen of Scots the other day, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, I see it. I get it. He's really a good-looking guy. Loved that movie, by the way. So, that is my reading for Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce. If you have any celebrity couple readings that you want me to do, leave it in the comments. I'll take it into account. No promises, but I love when people suggest things to me. So just be kind in the comments, please. Remember that we're all people and we all have feelings. Most of us. I mean, unless you're a psychopath, then you don't. You just mirror feelings. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day. I am sending you so much love now and always.